Hi, and welcome to Horror Insomniac. Today we'll be looking at the story of Timothy Treadwell and his girlfriend Amy Huguenard and their deadly encounter with grizzly bears. Timothy Treadwell was a controversial figure, known for his unconventional approach to wildlife conservation and his close interactions with Alaskan grizzly bears. Born in New York in 1957, Treadwell spent much of his adult life living and working in various parts of the United States and abroad. He struggled with substance abuse and mental health issues, and he eventually found solace in his interactions with bears. Treadwell spent 13 summers living and working in Alaska, where he studied and observed grizzly bears in their natural habitat. He became a self-proclaimed bear expert and bear whisperer, and developed a deep bond with the animals, often referring to them as his family and friends. Treadwell's work with bears was documented in several books and films, including the 2005 documentary Grizzly Man. His approach to bear conservation was controversial and divisive, with some praising his dedication and passion for animals, and others criticizing his lack of formal training and his risky behavior. Treadwell often disregarded established bear safety guidelines, choosing instead to rely on his own instincts and observations. He would approach bears closely, touch them, and even sing to them, believing that he had a special connection with the animals. Treadwell's unconventional approach to bear conservation and his close relationships with the animals gained him a significant following and made him a media sensation. He became a popular speaker and appeared on numerous television shows, including The Oprah Winfrey Show and The Late Show with David Letterman. Despite his popularity and success, Treadwell's life was tragically cut short in 2003 when he and his girlfriend, Amy Huguenard, were killed by a grizzly bear while they were camping in Alaska's Katmai National Park. In October 2003, Treadwell and his girlfriend, Amy, visited Katmai National Park in Alaska, where they spent several weeks studying and observing grizzly bears. Treadwell and Huguenard were scheduled to leave the park at the end of September, but they decided to stay for an additional week after an argument with an airline over the pricing of changing Treadwell's return ticket. At this time of year, bears in the park are attempting to gain as much fat as possible before their winter hibernation, and food is often scarce, which can cause bears to become more aggressive than usual. This is why the two typically left at the end of September instead of staying into October. Treadwell mentioned that he also wanted to locate a favorite female brown bear of his that he was concerned about. They had no idea that this decision would end up killing them. On the morning of October 5th, Treadwell spoke with an associate by satellite phone and mentioned he had no problems with any bears. The next day, a park ranger arrived at their campsite to pick them up, but the area was completely abandoned, except for a grizzly bear. The ranger called for help, and a search party was sent to investigate. The search party tragically discovered Treadwell's and Amy's mangled remains a short distance from the camp. Treadwell's disfigured head, partial spine, right forearm, and hand were found, with his wristwatch still on. Amy's partial remains were found next to the torn and collapsed tents, partially buried in a mound of twigs and dirt. A large male bear, tagged Bear 141, was protecting the campsite and was killed by park rangers during their attempt to retrieve the bodies. A second adolescent bear was also killed a short time later when it charged the park rangers. An on-site necropsy of Bear 141 revealed human body parts, such as fingers and limbs. A video camera recovered at the site happened to have been operating during the attack, and the 6-minute tape contained the desperate voices and cries of Treadwell and Huguenard as a brown bear mauled them to death. The fact that the tape only contained sound led authorities to believe the attack might have happened while the camera was stuffed in a duffel bag or during the dark of the night. Treadwell's death sent shockwaves through the conservation community and sparked a heated debate about the risks and rewards of close human-bear interactions. Some argued that Treadwell's death was a tragic but inevitable consequence of his risky behavior, while others blamed the National Park Service for failing to adequately protect him and other visitors. What are your thoughts? Was Treadwell at fault? Or did the National Park Service have some level of responsibility? Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Personally, I feel like whenever you handle wild animals, you should always know that there's some element of risk, because wild animals can be so unpredictable. Still, it was extremely sad to hear about Timothy Treadwell and Amy Huguenard's deaths, and I hope they're resting in peace, wherever they may be. If you've made it this far to the end, I just want to say thank you for watching, and it'd be a big help to the channel if you could subscribe, like, and comment. We'll be back with more scary stories soon.